I think I'm live. Not got the volume. If I got the volume down, I can't get that to pin it. I hate it being in my comment section. Wait a minute. I'm having a morning of oh my god, electrical things. Pin there. I needed that off my chat. Good afternoon. Did I say morning, afternoon, morning, afternoon? I don't know what day it is. You're lucky if I know what city I'm in at the moment. My head is up. I've not put this as 18, have I? I'm going to need to use code words, knowing me. I've not got it as an 18, so there's a lot. Jenny, my gorgeous Jenny. Hello, my lovely Jenny. What a morning it's been. Look, am I even, hold on a minute. I'm on my other laptop. I had major issues this morning, major. Sky, my gorgeous Sky, good morning, my bonjour. It's no bonjour, is it bonjour all day long, but it's good afternoon in French. I know what, I just can't think it, but bonjour anyway, my beautiful Sky. Vera, gorgeous Vera. Vera, I appreciate you so much and all your things you spoke to me about my mum's shingles and stuff. I appreciate you very much. Les, good morning or good afternoon. Good morning to you. Having coffee, I'm having flavouring. And it's good. It's good. Listen, what a day. In fact, what a couple of days. I'm going to show you what I've been doing. Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonjour, bonsoir. Yes. Yes, bonjour anyway, my beautiful Sky. Je m'appelle Linda. J'habite à Cumbernauld, en Écosse. Quel âge as-tu? La pomme. Tu as un animal à la maison, oui, un petit chien. Listen, that's all mishmash, right, for you, Sky, but that's what I remember. Now, MD listening to that might think, God, she can speak very good French, but me and Sky both know that was a mishmash in my age, location, and everything like that. It's my accent. Would I pass? Listen, see if I went to in Paris. I'm watching the Paralympics just now. Is MD watching it? I'll tell you, these people are so inspiring. I like the Paralympics even better than the Olympics because not only are these people wonderful at their sport, they've had to overcome prejudice and horrible, horrible things been said about them. And they managed to go and win these medals. And I'm telling you, see when you feel doing, you watch that, and they're amazing people. I love it. I love the part. And there's games I didn't even know they played. I didn't even know that they played wheelchair rugby, right? And everybody like able-bodied or whatever, right? And I'm pretty mangled myself, but watching that, you'd be like, how can you possibly play wheelchair rugby? By God, listen, it's brutal. We watched it, me and Peter watched it yesterday in my mum's room because I went and, I wasn't on yesterday. I meant to come on bees, but I've just not had time. We watched it yesterday in my mum's, and there was people over in their wheelchairs, like straight down, like, because they barge into each other, like, really go for it. And it was the men we were watching, and their arms were like that. Like that. They would be able to crack a walnut. See if they'd done that, they could put a walnut there and crack it. Listen, I was thinking stuff, but anyway, I was with my mum, so I had to stop myself from thinking things. Anyway, there was a couple of people right there in their wheelchairs, and do you know what? They got right back up. See our Scottish football. See if you were to go over and do that to somebody on the football park like that. they'd be like rolling about in the ground as if somebody kicked them in the crown jewels. Let's just say, because I've not 18 this, and I've had a morning of trying to get my videos uploaded. I've got one up there now. I've got one for Tuesday, another fast one, Vera, another fireworks like that. And I'm trying to think of other things because I've never done it before. Well, I've done it once before, but you know what I mean? I'm a newbie at that. And I was quite enjoying myself this morning, but you know, I never had my list. And I've got a whole list of Scottish words. And as I say, I don't know if it's stage fright, but see, when I've got the camera going, I can't remember the Scottish words. Even though I've been in Scotland my whole life, I don't know Scottish words. Sky, that person's right. I've been masquerading as a Scottish person all this time. Look at me go. Look at me masquerading in a Saturday afternoon. Bloody masquerading. Anyway, let me do this. What day is it? 31st. That's this one. Just want to see your wee names, everybody that's in my group. I like to do these in different colours now. Do you know, Liz? I'll show you when she comes in. I've got my front door open. Listen, I've got a gate, right? Nobody can get in or out my gate. I've got to go unbolt it, right? Because I'm like that. So she can get out and she goes the whole length of the garden. She's got all there out there to play. You can hear her barking. So she just plays out there. But when she comes in, I'll show you. Sky, when you all along this YouTuber's been on here many years, nearly 10 years I've been on here. Masquerading. I wonder what nationality I'm, Sky. I hope I'm USA. I'd like a cheeseburger with fries. I hope I'm an American pretending. So, you know, I want to go to America a day. Florida. Listen, but I'd like to see all this. See there, I'm going to have my own head thinking. There's 2 or 3 conversations I'm having at the one time here about. Anyway, let me do this before I go completely off track. And then, I've got surprises for you. And listen, let's go, Linda. Linda, concentrate. Right, I'll try it. Thank everybody that are in my wee club. If you want to be, the links in the description I've pinned. Look at me pinning stuff. Yes. I've got it on top chat. And I give you a wee shout out every week. If you're a gold member, you get a personal video. Nothing like that. That cost you more. I know, Sky. I've been like in Russia this whole time. This is Russia. I'm in. Never mind everybody else's. The Russians drive on the left-hand side of the road. See if they do, then that's I'm St. Petersburg. I'm in St. Petersburg, and I'm going to the Mariinsky Valley because that's been a dream of mine. So that's where I am. Mariinsky Valley, ballying it up. Anyway, if you want to be in my week, look, I've got your names. Let me show you your names, right? That's today. And these are all the lovely, lovely people. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very much. And I'll give you a wee shout out. So Sarah Louise, thank you so much. Blissful Moonrise, still love that name. Thank you so much. Pause Control, my M, thank you so much. Rachel W, thank you, Rachel. Ashley, got a wee video this morning I sent her. I hope she liked it. Thank you so much, Ashley. Missouri Mystical, thank you very much, Margaret. Ray ASMR, thank you, Ray ASMR. Raquel, thank you so much. Lydia, thank you very much. Joyce, thank you, Joyce. Randy, thank you, Randy. Mary, thank you so much, Mary. Angela, thank you very, very much. Mysterious Deleted, thank you. That was a wee private dance for you there for nothing. Just giving it out this afternoon. Molly, thank you so much. Bex, thank you so much. Marin, thank you, Marin. Melania, thank you, Melania. Where are we? Edge of ASMR. Thank you, Edge of ASMR. Stuart, thank you, Stuart. I've not seen you for a while. I hope you and your family are all doing good. My Vera that's in the chat. Thank you, Mavira. And beautiful Sloth Queen, thank you so much. And Caitlin gives me a wee PayPal donation every month. It's so much appreciated, guys. And just thank you for making my afternoon and giving me something to do, writing all your wee names down. But there I'm cuddling these now. Cuddling these. Listen, what a day it's been. Do you think it's organised? Sky, everyone. Agonised dead Rose. You're half Russian. Do you know at one time I could do the whole Russian alphabet? And there's more than 26 letters in the Russian alphabet. But see, now I can't remember. But I did. And I learnt a couple of Russian words, but I can't even remember them now. Can't remember them. Right, let me put you in the picture right before I show you stuff. We're going into the kitchen and things. I've took a mad, I don't even know if it's OCD, Vera, you can help me out. I get things in my mind like things on the clean, and no matter if I'm in absolute agony, dragging my ass along the floor, I will clean whatever it is it needs cleaned, right? Because see, if I don't, it'll be swirling in my brain and I won't be able to sleep thinking about it, right? So I've been watching Hoarders, and I shouldn't, because it makes me want to pull my whole house apart. It just is. And listen, I'm not making a fool of these people. See these people, when I see their houses, I don't go, oh my God, Erin, I think that's somebody that's no well, and it's been way too far before somebody's eventually intervened in the whole problem. Right? That's the way I feel. But when I watch these programs, I need to do something. So my cupboard there was a cupboard of sin. I never had any leather goods in it or straps or anything like that before people start saying, oh, aye, that's the 50 Shades room. No, I'm going to show you that in my cupboard. But it's only a wee narrow cupboard like that. There's not much cupboard space in this house, so it's about a foot, right? It's all the space you've got. So in that cupboard has been everything. That cupboard has been so jam-packed with stuff that see when you open the door, things came falling out. Or I could be sitting here at night and all of a sudden the cupboard decides it's going to go crazy and things just fall out and scare the absolute out of me, right? So it's been on my mind and I thought, that's it. I'm going to look online for something cheap, a unit to put in the cupboard, right? Put in the cupboard, and then I can organise, because I'm needing to organise it. So I ordered this cupboard that I thought was a cupboard, and it wasn't. It was a wardrobe, right? But it was like £14. So it came yesterday, and I started to put it together. Now, wait, I'll show you some injuries here. Look, wait a minute. Can you see? Hold on, bit of light there. God, see this bloody phone because it's StreamYard. Oh, I can't even do it because it's this StreamYard thing. Oh, what's the best way to... There. Can you see it there? There. Right. I stabbed a pole into my arm. The thing came right. It had the instructions it had. You as well gave me a instruction booklet for the James Webb Telescope, right? There was no indication on anything that came with the poles A, B, C, D, E, F. It had the most, because it was cheap, right? It had instructions that there's no way. Neil Armstrong and stuff wouldn't be able to read these instructions. These instructions were pants, to say the least. So to wing it. So I'm building the thing in here, and I realise after 5 minutes I've got a problem. It's huge. Now, I don't say that often about things that are huge. It's a problem. Do you know what I mean? But in this case, it was a huge problem. And I'm like, oh my God. Once I done the base, I thought, I'm going to test that in that cupboard. No way in hell is it ever fitting in there. Ever. It's massive. The thing's massive. So I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I've just bought this huge thing, and you don't want to waste it when you buy something. You're like, I'm using that effort. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to see the unit I had all my perfumes on. I'm going to take all the perfumes off of that. I'll put that in the cupboard. And then I'll put this wardrobe there. Well, it was a whole night. Everything was pulled. But it was a good night because I got a lot of cleaning done. But there was perfumes all over the place. There was hair products all over the place. There was tacks for the wall. There was fans. There was ASMR props. There was everything lying about my floor. It was an episode of Hoarders. See, if you'd have been in there, you'd have thought that lassie is hoarding this stuff. So that was me in the thick of it. So I had to go in there, take everything off that unit, take everything out that cupboard that was like, I've no idea how that much stuff ended up in the cupboard in the first place, right? Mounds of stuff. Mounds. And my ass, I cannot sit down until it's done. Right? I couldn't sit down until it's done. I went through 2 bottles of water. 2 bottles. I absolutely sweat the out myself last night. But I've hurt my back now because of doing it. Just want to see what I've done though. Right, come on. No, people will be slagging it. I don't care. Right, slag away, slag away. Now, wait to see I'll show you my cupboard first, right? Now, bear in mind, this cupboard, stuff was flying out, right? Stuff was, you open the doors of these cupboards, and stuff would just fall out, right? Let's show you now, right? Oh, look at the organisation. Look, and I even get this. Wait a minute, I turn it on. How do I get it on again? There. Look, I've even got a wee lamp there, a wee flower lamp. So you can put the lamp out and you can change it different colour. Like that. This is my seasonal wreaths. Seasonal wreaths. Look, I've got a sewing machine down. I've got things all organ, everything's all in this wee thing here. I've got like, look, spanners and stuff like that, screwdrivers. That's my bags for my shopping. Up there is more seasonal stuff. Look at that. Right, now, wait to see this. Wait to see this. There's the... No, you're going to be laughing at me thinking, how the hell did she know? I didn't know the dimensions of the thing. There it is. I know I've got all my makeup and all that down there. But this is a nice wee space now that I've got. Look, there's all my perfume. Way too much, I know, but you know what I'm like. So I've got all that there. Look at that. And then on here, I've just got all my other things. Sky, that will always remind me of you, my fridge. It's got, that is Sky there. That is totally Sky. Right, isn't it? That's my Sky right there. So there you are. Look at that. Look, and I managed to get everything's all clean, all hoovered, all dusted. Look at that. You just want to see something else that's cute. I've been, listen, you need to help me with this because I've been hunting for Jason all week. Since I got all my Halloween stuff and that down, I can't find Jason. I cannot. But I did find this fella. Look. Who's this? Look, he's a mysterious man. I'm going to give him a kiss anyway. Yeah. Jason's all done up. Jason's done up for his Halloween. Yeah, you're always on my wee fridge. This guy. See when I've got the wee stickers, that's what I wanted. I wanted French stickers. And then when I'm in my wee fridge, it reminds me of you. So that's what I've been doing. My back's... I don't even know how I'm still standing here because my back is so effed. Well, I do actually. Flavouring. It's a remarkable cure, but you couldn't do it all the time, obviously. Saturday's nice. I've got these. Oh, do you know what I'll do? I've got these buckets. They're only £1. You know, you could even use them as planters. Drill a couple of holes in the bottom. Because I was thinking, I wonder what I could do with them, but that's exactly what I can do. Did I put flavouring in that? I don't think I did. But do you know what? That started out, I was thinking it's going to be a quick job. I thought I'll just get an organiser, put it in the cupboard, put everything back on it. Bob's your uncle. It turned out it was hours long, hours. And a lot of the time I was swearing. Yeah. I had Roxy music on though. I love a bit of Roxy music. Brian Ferry, Roxy music, I had that on while I was doing it. But it was good because I managed to get my Hoover all behind where that unit used to be. And I'm ashamed of how much like dust was there. So I feel better, but do you know what's next? This cupboard. This is another cupboard of shame. Because look, like I don't know if you can even see in there, the amount of bedding and stuff. It needs to go. A lot of it needs to go. A lot of it I hang on to and think, do you know what, I might use it one day. Or use it for probably, oh, what have I done? You throw something out and see 2 days later, you're like, where is that? I could be doing it, and then you've got to get another. I'm always like, oh, I might be able to use that later. Thank you, Sky. Well, I done. I seen the size of that wardrobe. I was like, And there was no way I was buying some, even at £14, and no using it. By God, that thing's going to get used. And do you know what I was thinking, looking at it last night? See, if I did think it was too big, I could actually take off the bits at the end and just leave it like a 2 shelf. But I like it the way it is. You know what I mean? It gives me more room for makeup and stuff. Because, you know, I've never got enough. I'm a collector. And listen, I've got, you know how I'm doing some knitting. Then I've got another hobby. I wonder if they do that here. They probably will. Vera, do you know what we're thinking about? We are definitely going to give away. And it's too good. It cost me £500, right? This was going back years and years. And it was in a shop called Bright House, right? Which in the UK, this shop is no longer allowed. It was a shop that I don't even know interest rates or anything like that, right? But see if you bought something for £1, you would need to pay £15 back. That's the kind of, you know, if something was worth £200, you were paying £600 in this shop because they didn't care your background, if you were bankrupt, if you were on benefits, if you were working part-time. They did not care, this shop. This shop would sell you anything you wanted, right? This, 40 quid. You know, that's the interest rate. And years ago, the kids were wee, and my fridge broke, right? My fridge. And you know yourself when you've got kids and stuff, you need a fridge. You need something to keep their milk and their food and stuff. And anyway, you need a fridge. And I had no money at the time, absolutely zero money. And I thought the only way I can get a fridge is go to this place. So that's the place I went for my fridge. And the fridge was like 500 quid. And I bought a table. And that was also the most expensive table I've ever bought, £500. And that was the one that with the marble. It's got marble at the bottom and a glass top. The only thing is, the glass isn't secure to the base. And remember the whole incident when I was seeing Davy? The wax incident, what would we call it? The wax incident or the worst date on earth? I don't know. But I ended up with this bloody glass on top of me on the floor. It was a whole, if anybody ever thinks that they've had a bad date, come to me, I'll give you my story and you'll feel a lot better. Anyway, I've got that in my wardrobe, which means I've not got much room in my wardrobe because I don't want to throw it out because, as I said, it was a lot of money. It was probably not worth 500. It was probably worth 200, and the interest is put it up to 500. But I don't want to give it away. It's got a huge glass top, and the glass is about that thick. I mean, it's solid. And I want my cupboard, my wardrobe back. So I says to Pierre I was going to take it to the dump. And he says, don't take it to the dump. We'll phone the British Heart Foundation because they come and they take stuff like that. And even if they could reuse that glass. That glass is perfect. And Peter says, like, the marble, they maybe be able to recycle that as well. So I'm going to be definitely doing that because it's too good to just throw out. And I can't see me wanting it again, you know, after the whole table on top of me incident. Vera, yeah, this was it. I had no other choice but to go to this place. It was called Bright House. See if you Google it. I think the last time I was in with Sophie went and got her eyes tested and it was all shut down. So I don't know if they've been disallowed, but it was all over news how disgusting it was, the interest rates. But that was the thing. They didn't care if you were a single mom. They did not care your background. You know, they just didn't care. They would sell you anything you wanted, but it would be like an extortion of rate. And it took me like 3.5 years or something to pay that off. That's how long it took me to pay it all off. But I needed a fridge. What else can you do? You can't not have a fridge. And I don't even think there'd be mini fridges or anything back then. I can't even remember seeing any of them. So it was like, my fridge isn't that big, but that was the one I got. It's a shame that it's like that. It's a shame. But you do anything that you can to survive. Anything you can to survive. Vera, I'm going to tell your story. You're going to be angry with this. Be prepared. Vera, be prepared to cuddle something, get a cushion or something, cuddle it before I tell you this, right? Because I was ready yesterday to have some kind of confrontation up at my mum's hospital. My poor mother, wait to hear this, absolute truth. God is my witness, this happened. My dad went up a couple of days ago and he got took in, right? The nurses said, can we speak to you? A grown man, had went in and seen my mum and slapped my mum across the face. I don't know what kind of state my mother was in, but I'm presuming she must have been scared, frightened. I mean, she must have been like sore. It must have been terrible for her. Now, I know that the patients in there are the kind of same as my mum, but I can't help it. If somebody was to come into my mum's room and slap her, Theda's, hello, I love you too. College football, come on, your team. I know I do know that it's not the patient's fault. They're like my mum. Sometimes my mum knows us, and sometimes my mum. For instance, she's got a picture of my dad, right? And she said to my dad, "That's your dad there. That's your dad." You know, she's all confused. But the thing that really upsets me is that my mum's got a room of her own, and I'm frightened this maniac comes in to my mum's room and assaults her further because he's obviously got a dislike for my mum or something has happened. Mum, listen, guys, my mum stands up and goes, "Juice her up," and then the B word. My mum would have never done that, but this is the disease. She's standing up. I've got another wee hair on my piercing. Sorry, guys. See, when I clean it with cotton wool, something sticks on it. Vera, they says they're keeping their eye on this guy. That's all. We're keeping our eye on him. Right? So I'm in yesterday and I'm staring at people and talking. She's got a wee manicure. She's got her wee nails done. So I was holding her hand. The skin is like so paper thin, my mum's skin. And I was holding her hand and rubbing her hand now. And she was going, don't forget about me. And I've gone, Mum, I can promise you I'll never forget about you. I'm looking at her face. She had a wee mark on her lip, but it looked as if that was like an ulcer or something. It didn't look as if it was like a slap or anything like that. But the point is, she must have, how scared, my dad never laid a finger on my mum. Right, they were married, 60 years. My dad never laid a finger on my mum. And sometimes they get into right bad fights and stuff. I remember my dad launching butter down the glen. I'll tell you that story. Remind me to tell you that story later, right? The butter launching. So I'm concerned again, and I think the nurses are getting a bit peed off with me. Because see the whole when I went in, my mum was saying she's wanting to unalive herself. I'm telling them the go, she doesn't do that, she doesn't. But I'm not telling them lies. That's what she just said to me. So the nurses are going to get really, really peed off with me if I keep talking about like who's going into a room and all the rest of it. I don't know. I don't want to mix it up so that they're bad. I don't even know how to put it in words, but me saying something, maybe they're going to be bad to my mum. And I know that everybody I talk to, they seem nice enough, right? But I don't want me saying something to them and they maybe taking it out of my mum when I'm not there, because my mum can't tell you these things happen. This is the thing. She can't remember. Somebody could go in and beat my mum up and a minute later, she can't remember that even happening. I don't want to something the boat, mix the boat, whatever. I don't want to shake the boat up or whatever. I'm a bit fear. I was quite angry, Vera. I was quite angry. And listen, they're understaffed. I know they're understaffed. They're rushed off their feet. I've never been in there and seen any nurse just sitting twiddling her thumbs or whatever. They're always rushed off their feet. There's patients wanting this, patients want that. And some of the patients, they just wander about like my mum. Do you know they've gave my mum her own wee cleaning bucket? My mum had her own business, right, for years. This is how I managed to go to America, because my mum had a lot of money at one point. And my mum had her own business, and it was a cleaning business. So she's always wanted to clean stuff, kind of like myself. And they've gave her a wee bucket and mop. And my mum goes about at night, like just mopping stuff. Or there's no water in the bucket, but you know, she goes about like that. And that makes her happy. So they just walk about the place. But yesterday I'm sitting in every man that was walking by my mum's, I was like eyeing them up and thinking, see if some guy comes in and tries to physically, if they're mentally the same as my mum or not, I'm going to defend my mum. But think about it, if it was your loved ones, it's a tricky situation you're in there. Tricky. But you're not going to let somebody come in and physically. I wouldn't punch the guy in the face or him, but I would stop him from hitting my mum. She does, Liz. She does remember the days the cleaning. And that's what she does at night. And see, sometimes you go in, she'll say to you that she's done a full shift. She's done a full shift that night cleaning. And she'll say, the house is nice now. The house is tidy and stuff. And then she'll say, there was things everywhere in here last night. It's the same room. Things up to there, like stuff. But she does hallucinate a wee bit now. Vera, did you know that my mum's hallucinating a bit? She was sitting the other day and me and Peter were in, and she was throwing bits of her sandwich on the floor, going, he's not getting it. He's not getting it. She must have been thinking about one of the dogs. You know, she's throwing Peter to pick up the wee bits of a sandwich, but we never said anything. Oh, there's nothing there. We never done that. But, you know, you just let her do it. So the butter story, right? Happy childhood. This is probably a normal childhood for people in Scotland, right? One night, my dad, I told you the story, my dad was big on making homemade wine, right? Elderberry wine, banana wine. That man could make any kind of wine that he wanted, right? There was wine. There was always wine going on the go. So one night, him and my mum got absolutely plastered. That was just the thing back then. Plastered. And our back garden, see the glen I took you down, Mary Queen of Scots? Our back garden faced there, right? It was down in a wee bit to her wee bit. But it was just glen. That's what it was glen. It was just the glen. Like lots of... how do you explain glen? Lots of trees and stuff, right? Lots of trees and things like that. And a railway bridge at the bottom. My dad went in the kitchen this night to make himself a sandwich. And they only had a wee bit of butter left or something. And my mum was like, don't use the butter, use the margarine. And my dad was saying, I don't want the margarine, I want the butter. And my mum was saying, but we need the butter for whatever dish, macaroni, cheese or whatever. And my dad's going, no, listen, Jim, just use the margarine. My dad took the butter, went out into the back garden, it was snowing at the time, and launched the butter down the glen. Down the glen, the butter went, right, this, and it was expensive butter, down the glen. It went, and they continued to argue, and then they made up. And my mum shouted me and my brother, James, Linda, come down. So we went down, gave us a torch, and says to us, go down the glen and find the butter. Me and my brother were out at night time, dark, down the glen, with a flashlight, torch, hunting for this bloody lure pack butter. We eventually found it, and then we took it up the road and we used it. It was snowing, it wasn't like melting. Down the glen butter, that's what we got. That's what it was. My dad just launched it. There's your butter. Nobody's getting it now. That's it. Launched. Lots of stories like that. Lots of stuff like that happened in my house. That's what. But me and my brother getting dragged, go and find it. Go and get the... See, I can't imagine me ever doing that. But that was the days. 70s and 80s. I think it was the 80s. It must have been the 80s because I was a bit older. Oh, I don't want to get down the glen and find that butter. That was £3. £3, get down there. We were done. Got the butter eventually. God knows if any wild animals had been munching on it. They could have. There could have been a field mouse or something, lure packing it up to the max. I don't know, but we ate that butter. That butter did not go to waste. It's amazing how you remember these kind of things. Vera, because my mum, you're not using that butter. You don't tell him you're not using it. Oh, see if somebody said to me, you're not doing that. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to do it and I'm going to take a video and I'm going to post it on YouTube. You're not using that butter. My dad was going, I am. I'm having this butter. My mum's like, no, that's for the macaroni and cheese and oil. You use the margarine. I don't want the margarine. I want the lure pack. So this went on and they were fueled. Listen, remember the guy I've told you, but see before I go, I'll tell you the story about the garden parties. When we first moved up to where we are right now, we came from the middle of Glasgow, close as it was, right, and we went for there to the house that had the glen at the bottom, right. We weren't used to that kind of stuff up and downstairs. So we moved there, but everybody was the same. It was like a spill out of Glasgow city centre kind of thing, spilled out into this new town. And what was it? That's it. Lure Pack should get in touch. See if Lure Pack wants to get in touch with me, then they can get in touch with me. That'd be cool. But we moved out there, right? For like the middle of the town to this place that was like a magical land. Do you know what it was? It was Brigadoon, really. Brigadoon, but every day Brigadoon. Railway children, all that. Railway track, there was a burn. It was just like there was cows going about and stuff like that. We weren't used to that in the middle of the town. We weren't used to it. Look at all the grass. Anyway, we moved out here and all the neighbours were the same. They all came from the same kind of area that we did. And My dad made the homemade wine out of everything he could possibly. Tea bags, tea wine. The man could, as I said, we could make wine out of anything. Right, there was always wine on the go, fermenting. And the guy next door, he liked to make home brew. He liked to make like beer. Right, so you've got a wine guy and a beer guy staying next door to each other, all brewing it up. And they used to have garden parties every weekend. It wasn't a garden party. Well, it was a garden party. They were out in the garden and they were all getting absolutely hammered out their nuts. Out their nuts hammered. And there was one particular time, and they all drank. No, it was all the neighbours. All the neighbours. There was like the whole street was in my mum and dad's back garden at this point. Everybody was in there. All the kids were in the house. We were stealing, which is very, very wrong. The adults' cans of beer. There was cans of beer, and somebody, because it was a lot of kids, somebody would steal a can, and we'd all be upstairs like 30 children, all saying, right, give me a drink. We'd all have a wee drink of this can, and we'd all be kidding on, but we're out of nut. Just copying what we see, basically, copying what we see. Anyway, we were packed down the glen. That's what I bet. I saw one time they'd done in my dad's full batch of homemade wine, all done. Every bottle. My mum must have been right fed up with that. She enjoyed her wine. So they decided, you know what, we're going to use Tony's home brew. Tony's got some home brew. So he gets his home brew and he opens it and it's green. It is actually green. He'd fermented it in a metal barrel, which I don't think's safe. Safety never came into any of this. See, back in our day, there was no safety. There was none. I'm pretty sure they did not care anyway. There'd have been people ill the next day, but they decided that, it's green, this beer. This beer is green. Let's try it. And they take a wee sip of it, right? Like that first name. Do you know, it's not too bad after the first couple of sips. They ended up tanking this guy's vat of beer that was like interacting with some sort of chemical reaction. They didn't care. They did not care. They drank all that as well. There was people in ditches. There was folk, neighbours kissing other neighbours and stuff. There was affairs going on. There was a whole shebang happening. And us as kids, we all knew about it. We all knew everything that was going on in the blood street. There was a woman a couple of doors away from us. She came through the door apologising the next day for her behaviour. And see, now I'm thinking that was the best time of my life. Was when all that was kicking off. All that was kicking off. Folk were having an affairs. There was neighbours sleeping with neighbours. It was all go. We were up the stairway. We were getting drunk here. Probably cigarettes. I started smoking when I was in primary 7, so that would have been what, 11, 10, 11. I started smoking cigarettes. That was the age back then that we were on. See, when you think about it, it's like, thank God times have changed. Thank God. I mean, and also we were licking our lead paint cots. Our cots were all painted with lead paint. No, see, when you watch my videos and the haters out there and see the way I'm, consider all this into your, like, what I am. Because Sky, do you know what? No, I swear, I don't think I've ever said this, and I frown upon it. And everybody knows it's very, very wrong, very wrong. But I remember my mum and dad going to my gran's, right? She was a wee bit away, and the both of them would have a right good drink. My dad smoked a pipe at the time, right? Doing my drink. And then my dad would drive home. We didn't think anything wrong with that at the time. But see, now I'm like, I can't believe my dad was driving while he was drinking. But this was back, as I say, in the 70s and stuff. I don't know the rules back then, but I'm pretty sure you weren't allowed to do that anyway. Me and my brother would be in the back without any seatbelts. Nobody in that car would have a seatbelt on. We'd just be winging it. Sometimes my dad would be like going pretty fast. Me and my brother would just be flying about in the back seat like wee wee wee. The car in question, see if you lifted the carpet in the back seat, you could actually watch the road because there was so much rust on the bottom of my dad's car. I remember me and my brother throwing things down the hole and looking at the back to see if we could see it. Let's put that hanky down like, oh, I saw it there blown away. We could open the back seat in my dad's car with a 2p piece. See a 2p? Just get into it like, oh, that's so crazy. Listen, I don't know how I'm still alive, Sky. I really don't. Crazy times. Sky, in fact, I remember giving my family members kits at Christmas time, like beer kits and wine kits and stuff. My dad had like a big, huge, I don't even know how many gallon it was, but it was gallons. A big kind of white container like that, and it had a wee thing on the top with water, and it would bloop, bloop, every now and again, fermenting away. He'd always wanted to go, and as I said, Mary, hello, my gorgeous Mary, my beautiful Mary. Mary is so gorgeous in real life. She's beautiful. I saw that my dad always had the wine going, and as I said, it was elderberry wine, rose wine, blueberry wine, tea wine, any kind of wine. See if you ate it, ham wine. My dad would be able to make wine out of the bloody thing. And the amount of sugar, I remember him with loads and loads and loads of sugar, and I'm thinking, oh my god, that's a lot of sugar. So there you are. But that was it. People used to come out and my dad, do you fancy a wee wine? My dad would give them wine like that. Crazy. But it was, do you know, back in the day, it was, we were all the same. It was like all the neighbours were the same. Nobody thought they were better than anybody else. You know, everybody was in the same kind of boat back then. And kids were allowed to go out and play. We were out roaming about the place without phones, without anything like that. You couldn't do that. Today is a dangerous place now. But back then you did get the odd like weirdo that you had to watch, but basically you could go out in the morning away playing in the woods and stuff, come home at lunchtime, have something to eat, and then you're back out playing until it's the street lights come on. When the street lights come on, it's time to come in. You come in, get your bath, get ready for bed. You know, it was I'm glad in a way that I did have that time before mobile phones. It's normal to the kids nowadays. The kids is so normal. But to us, we used to go adventures. We just used to leave in the morning, go away on an adventure, and come home at night for your dinner. And it was really good. I miss that. But see, when I'm sitting with my mum and I remember all these stories, that's what I remember. And I told her about yous, by the way, yesterday. I was talking to her about like Vera and all that and all my friends. And saying that everybody has been asking about her. And she's going, oh, why? But she noticed me. See, soon she saw me yesterday, you could tell that something clicked in her that she remembered me, which is always good. See, when I got in something happens, it makes me feel better. But the guy slapping her face is a thing that I'm worried about. And I'm worried that it happens again. And will they tell me? I mean, might it happen and them not tell me? There's a whole feeling going on. And as I say, the nurses are already a bit thingy with me because my mum says that she's wanting on her life. I'm going to say to them, my mum's in there saying, and she'll never says that to you. Like, but I'm not going to just dismiss it. I need to tell you the state of my mum's brain when I go in. I've got to tell them. Am I being like a Karen? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being like a pure Karen to them. But it's my mum, and I can't help it. And I think they need to know these things to watch. But as I say, my mum's in a room of her own. She's got her own room. If you come in my mum's room and close the door, you're in there with her. this is the worry that I've got. You know the kind of thing that I'm thinking could possibly happen. And my mum and my poor dad, right? My mum, she'll see another guy and think it's her husband. She can't even remember my dad. My dad will go in and she'll, oh, aye. She kind of knows him, but the husband thinks she'll see somebody. Is that my husband? That kind of thing. And some stranger coming into a room is what I worry about. But I just hope that they are watching it now. But I'm concerned. But guys, listen, flashy duty starts on Monday. My brother goes away a wee holiday. He's going down to get more fossils. He loves his fossils. So he's going away to get some more fossils and stuff. Oh, did she come home from a cruise? Oh, she's got it. Vera, I know, and it's bad. I've had it 3 times now. 3 times, and I've had my Jags as well. So, but see, when you do get it, you think, what would I be like if I never got the Jag? Oh, Vera, going to give her a cuddle for me and tell her auntie in Scotland. Tell her she's got an auntie in Scotland, and I love it, and I think she's very beautiful. She's a princess. She is a gorgeous wee girl, Vera. She is gorgeous. And they're getting big because your wee granddaughter's the same age as my grandson, and he's getting so big. But I love the stages at. See the stages at now, and he can talk, and he can tell you things, and I can tell him stories. Maybe he can't say all the words, but he listens to every word, and I get to be myself, my crazy self with him, and we have fun, and it's great, and I love this wee stage. This is probably my favourite stage when they can talk and stuff, and they watch the telly and they're doing their dancing. It just melts my bloody heart. Melts my heart. But guys, listen, I love yous. I hope yous have got somebody in your life that tells you every day how wonderful you are and that you're appreciated and loved. And that's the way it should be. You should feel special. And I think these are special and lovely. And I appreciate every single one of these. And I'm going to go now. I'm going to get my music on. I'm going to do a bit of couch dancing. Oh, somebody wanted to see my Daisy Doo-Doo. There's my wee baby. Look at this wee cookie pie. She's getting a fat belly though. Just like her mummy. So guys, I'm going to give you a big kiss now. And I love you so much. Have the most awesome weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye everybody.